Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How you doing? What we're going to be talking about right now is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures and videos, emails and links. If there's anything you want to send me for a video, my email's in the description box below. So this community member sent in an email and a video, and they said weather and spelt it like weather, like, the weather. You believe in weather mod or not? Laugh out loud. The sky is the limit on the information coming out now. You can watch the flights of a company named Weather Mod LLC. Most of their flights are out west, but check out this young lady's story. Okay, let's watch. Shall we?
Here with Kristen Megan. She's a military veteran, right?
Yes, I was in the U.S. Air Force for 9 years.
Wow. And you came out and blew the whistle on geoengineering, things that you witnessed were going on. Can you give us the real nutshell?
Absolutely. Basically, I had heard of what many people know as the term chemtrails. And I worked in a job called bioenvironmental engineering, and I thought that was insane. And why would we do something like that? Modify the weather by using hazardous materials in our atmosphere? So, and actually the process of trying to debunk it or disprove it, I realized it was actually coming right out of my office, as I was one of the people that was approving the chemicals. And it really shook the core of my oath. And I did a lot of sampling, a lot of investigation, and I blew the whistle and I got out. And I've now used my credentials, my oath, and my powers for good to help people understand it's very real. It's now openly admitted. There are multiple forms of weather modification. I specifically found the one of stratospheric aerosol injection. And collectively around the globe, we have to understand that it is now being admitted because they're saying it's combating climate change. Well, the climate change we need to be worried about is man-made climate engineering, also known as geoengineering.
And when you say you had chemicals being pumped into the air, what kind of chemicals are they putting out that rain down on humanity, basically?
Nanoparticulate metals, like we had different sulfates and barium and strontium. I know it's probably changed over time. I know they use silver iodide for certain things, but these are the odd part of it was the quantities that I saw them coming in, the form that they were coming in, and it's the same type of materials that I was trying to engineer out of the workplace to substitute with safer materials. And when you notice that what's called the safety data sheet, the information about a chemical of what personal protective equipment to wear, how do you dispose of it, how do you pack it to ship it, when key information is missing, I ask questions, and my questions led to demonization, and I knew I found something I shouldn't have.
That's insane. So these metals are basically toxic for the humans, I would presume, or?
Yes, because it also has aluminum, and a lot of people will tell you, well, these things aren't horrible in small quantities. It's not small quantities, because when you are putting things above us, the dissipation rates are dependent on weather and climate, but it's getting into the food, it's getting into the soil. And around the world, wastewater treatment plants, when it comes to pharmaceuticals, or these toxicants is what they're called, they are not able to filter them out. So if you're growing organic food, are we going to go back to the plexiglass barriers on our plants? I mean, it's horrible. That's why you can ban it anywhere. We've had states in the United States ban it, and that is great to get the ball rolling. But people really need to wake up to it, irrespective of any political party. It's not okay. And you're seeing a huge increase in neurodegenerative issues like Alzheimer's. It's really difficult for people with respiratory issues and asthma. And people are wondering why they have allergies 24/7, 365.
And I liked what you said about that climate change, or the change we experience in weather. Often we can't disconnect that from these geoengineering activities. Do you want to say something more about that? I mean, how do we feel that? Is there proof or so that is definitely coming from that?
Yes, there are places that openly admitted it. Remember Dubai? And then when people got upset, they retracted it, but the can was already opened. And the issue is, I know this sounds silly, but when you watch movies with time change, they say if you do something and something changes, it changes the ripple throughout time. If you are modifying the weather, you are messing with Mother Nature. And meteorology is a very, very thorough study. And I do know a lot of it because of my profession of plotting hazards. But it does not make sense when you are altering nature where things are not naturally supposed to occur. We had massive flooding in California, and we have a system called HARP, that is in the United States. And the same people who demonized me 5, 10 years ago are now going, wow, because they're finding it's openly admitted in all of our U.S. documents. The U.S. is absolutely not the only country doing it.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, thank you very much for coming out on that and letting humanity know what's going on. Thank you so much, Megan.
Thank you.
And this community member, she wrote in, and she's very excited about August and Farms gluten-free black bean burger hamburger mix. Yes, I buy it all the time. And she said, Amazon number 10 cans. You can make hamburger patties with black bean, and you can make fudge with pinto beans. No joke? Fudge with pinto beans? Okay. Recipe. Flip flop. Hello. What happened? You don't share your recipes with me? I thought I was your friend. So anyway, all right. Yeah, I know. I have like 4 or 5 cans over there, and my daughter-in-law actually loves it, and she buys it now too. So yeah, she's starting her pantry because she wants to be more like mom. Yeah, I know. This is special. And here's an email from a community member. She said, here's some fun news for you. I had to go in and I had 7 nights of all positive blood. And then dinner the following night. I couldn't even stand up or go back. I went back to the hospital, and then the third time I have just now figured out. For a minute they said I was accepted. I don't know how, and now I have swollen feet and think you'll understand more when you see my feet. Thank you. May God bless. Once more, prayers, please. Oh, sweetie. Kind of looks like, are you retaining water by any chance? Wow. Ouch. Look. Okay, so here's an email from a community member, and she left a link. And she said, I hope this is not true. Is it true? The example seems to prove that all of our political candidates are nothing more than oddballs. RFK Jr. admits he left a dead bear in Central Park. Central Park? They don't have bears in Central Park, do they? Hang on. I tried to click on the link that you gave me, and I'm not paying for New York Times, so hang on. Okay. Says right here, RFK Jr. says he left a dead bear in Central Park as a joke a decade ago. Yeah, it was a joke. So is it odd that he would say that as a joke? Yeah, sure. But, probably, you know what, if he was like, throwing a few back or whatever, do you know what I mean? People say weird things when they're on a substance. You know what I'm saying? Don't read too much into it. It was a joke. Okay, so the next thing that I was sent by a community member was that a Olympian who is in Paris was found sleeping in a park, and the guy's name was Tomek Ceccone, Ceccon, and it's not that the guy is homeless, okay, or anything like that. He actually got pissed because of the conditions that the Olympians were given to, like, for food and lodging wise, okay. And the man is from Italy, and he's a swimmer, and he won the gold on the 100-meter backstroke, okay. And he complained publicly about the accommodations in the Olympic Village. And he actually said that I guess he feels that he failed to reach the 200-meter backstroke final on Wednesday because of the conditions in which they were given to, like, sleep and stuff like that. So he actually took a towel and laid down on the ground because he said that it was better because there's no air conditioning in the hotel. It's too hot and the food is bad. And he said many athletes are moving for this reason. It's not an alibi or an excuse. It's the reality of what perhaps not everybody knows. So he said he's disappointed that he didn't make the final, but he was so tired because of the sleeping conditions. It's hard to sleep at night and in the afternoon here. He said, I was struggling between the heat and the noise. So, honestly, when you're an Olympian and you're training as hard as you are, okay, for any athlete, that is, and then you are given horrible accommodations to sleep and terrible food to eat, what the hell do you think is going to happen? You're not going to perform the way that you should be performing. That's just my opinion. And who the hell am I to make an opinion like that? But I'm just using common sense. You know what I'm saying? So this community member wrote in, and being the wise ass that he is, he said, told ya, here we go. Okay. And it says breaking multiple brokerages, including Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Vanguard, TD, Ameritrade, E-Trade, UPS, CenturyLink, and Interactive Brokers are currently down and reporting errors amid market crashes. All right, Mr. Know-It-All. And then he also said breaking nearly, okay, what is that? $1.2 billion have been liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 24 hours. Is that billion or trillion? I don't know. How many commas does it take? I'm terrible at math. And then here's an email from a community member. And she said, I think I have the solution taken from tennis about the Olympics. A new category should be created. It's called the mixed singles. Quit. So the other day, mixed singles, the other day in a community intel video, we were talking about if your Medicaid, Medicare would pay for Uber or Lyft. And here, a community member, she actually sent a link in to help you get the information that you need. It's called getgogograndparent.com. Okay, so that link will be in the description box below. And then before I go, here is a picture that was sent in by a community member. And it says, it's by Ryan Fournier. I know I didn't say that correctly. Israel just used a drone strike to take out Ali Jamal al-Din Jawad. Don't come for me because I can't pronounce things correctly with my accent. The commander of an elite Hezbollah unit called Radwan. Red wine. Red wine. This is about to be an all-out war. Yeah, I'd say so. But you know what? I have no words anymore, guys. I really don't. I don't have any words anymore. And, the words that I want to say will get me deleted. So I'm just going to shut up. And I'm going to end this video on a positive note. You guys, I will see you guys in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao, Francisco Winaldi.